So in the previous session, we have discussed about various data types, and we have discussed what are the various data types that we have in Salesforce, which we can use upon creating the fields inside the object, and what are the various properties that we have for each data type, and what is the significance of each property we have discussed. Now, by using this data types, how to create our own fields. Now, let's see practically. Now, whenever we are creating the fields inside the object, we have two ways are available. Upon creating the fields in the object, we have two ways in Salesforce. First one, by using Object Manager. Second one, by using Schema Builder. With the help of Object Manager and with the help of Schema Builder, we can create the fields inside the object. Now, so let's see how can we create the fields by using Object Manager. We'll see practically today. Schema Builder concept we'll see later. Schema Builder is a separate tool and the topic is different. So we'll see later. Because upon creating object, upon adding fields through Schema Builder, there are few side effects. There are few drawbacks are available. Then what are those drawbacks and what additional steps that we have to perform as part of Schema Builder? We'll see later part here. Okay, now let's go with that Object Manager in order to create the fields inside the object. Let me give you the navigation first. Then we will take up a use case requirement, and then I will list out what fields I want. Suggest me what data types are suitable for each field. Then we will start creating the fields over here. Okay. Now let's see what are the various ways that we have to create the custom fields. Salesforce provides the below two ways to create custom fields inside the object. First one, by using Object Manager. Second one, by using Schema Builder. So with the help of Object Manager, we can create the fields. We can, with the help of Schema Builder also, we can create the fields. Then how can we create the fields through Object Manager? Let me give you the navigation. Click on the required objects tab. For example, customers. Click on setup menu and click on edit object link. Click on fields and relationships link from the left panel. Click on new button. Select the data type from the list. Click on next button. Enter the field label, name, description, and the helper text. Select the required field settings. For example, required checkbox, unique checkbox, length, etc. Click on next button. Select the visible checkbox to make the field to be visible to all profile users. Click on next button. Click on save button. And the observation is it will add a new field to the object. It will add a new field to the object and will represent the field on the page layout and will provide the business logic automatically. And will provide the business logic automatically. Done with this? Now, done with this navigation. Now let's see. Let's take a small use case requirement. Now my requirement is I want to create a custom object with the name position. I want to create a new custom object with the name position. Because we have a small organization or a business or a company. Now in my organization, so many new resources are required. We are getting some new projects from the various clients. In order to work on those projects, we need some more new resources. So we have some new openings, some new jobs are available in our organization, like some Java developers, .NET developers, Salesforce administrators, and then because HR people, we need some resources. So regarding those new jobs, I would like to store all the jobs information inside a position object. I would like to create an object with the name position, which is used to store all the jobs information. Whatever the new vacancies or whatever the new jobs are available, all the jobs information I want to store inside the position object. So now generally now tell me, in order to store the position details, in order to store a new job details, we need so many details, like the name of that position, location, for which location the job is available. Is it for Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, whatever. And then we need that HR person contact number, HR's email ID also, job description also, what skills they're expecting for the position, what is the status of the position, everything. I need to collect so many details. So to store all the details of the position, I would like to create a position object along with some fields I want. Then what fields I want inside the position object, I will list out the field name. You have to suggest me which data type is suitable. Whatever the 19 data types we have discussed till now, from those 19 data types, which data type is suitable for each field, you have to decide. Okay, now let's see. Take a note of this use case requirement. Create a custom object position to hold all the new jobs details and add the below custom fields and add the below custom fields and add the below custom fields. Now, first one, I want a field with the name position name. Now tell me, do I need to create this a field now? Name field, do I need to create? No.
No.
Because whenever I'm creating a new object with the name position, by default, Salesforce is providing 5 fields: ID field, name field, owner, created by, last modified by. 5 fields will be given by Salesforce. So name field will be given by Salesforce automatically. So that we no need to create this fields over here. So this is a standard field. Second one, location field. Now this position is for which location? As part of my organization, we have the branches in different locations, like in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Mumbai. Like that, we are having the branches in so many locations. Now, from this one, we need to choose only one location over here. Now, tell me what is the suitable data type for this field.
Tick
Tick
list.
list.
Yes.
Now, pick list of field. Now, I would like to populate some list of values like some Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Mumbai, Noida, like that. I want to populate some set of locations from which the user should select only one location. Okay, now what is the best option? Pick list field. I want to make this field required. That means mandatory. This is the second field I want on my object position. Next, third one, number of vacancies. What is a suitable data type now?
Number.
As part of this 19 data types, what is the data suitable? I want
Num
data type name. Integer values will be we can store where? What
Number.
is a suitable data type? Number or percent or currency? Number,
Number.
because it's
Number.
a numerical value. So that here I would like to go with number data type. I want to allow maximum of 2-digit number, and that too I would like to make it required. Okay. So now we need to choose that number data type. It should allow maximum of 2-digit number. That means up to 99, and then it should be a required field. Already have you prepared? Okay. Next, next one, position status. I would like to indicate the position status over here. That means each position should come across the various stages. Each position should come across with the various stages. Like for example, initially the position will be having new position. That means the status will be new position. Just now we have created a new position record. There is a new vacancy in our team. Now, so now directly the HR people can't start recruiting the candidates, because whenever if they wants to recruit the candidate, first of all they need the approval of finance team. Finance team budget approval is required. Why? Because if the finance team is not approving the budget, if I'm recruiting the candidates, then who will provide the salary to these candidates? We need the approval of the finance team. So that here it should go for the approval of finance team. So that I'm indicating the status as open approved. That means finance team has approved the budget for this position. Then once the finance team has approved the budget, then as a HR person, we would like to start recruiting the candidate, so that we are changing the status to in progress. That means currently we are recruiting the candidates. Suppose whatever the project for which we are recruiting the candidates, if the project is on hold, okay, if the project is on hold, I want to make the requirement also on hold. Suppose once we have recruited the candidates, we are indicating recruited. Now, so once we have recruited the candidate, that means we have released the offer letter. So once we release the offer letter to the candidate, do we have any guarantee that person will definitely join our company? No. Maybe he is having multiple offer letters in his hand. He got the opportunities in multiple companies. Which company he will choose, we don't know that. There is no guarantee whether he may join my company or he may join some different company also. We don't know. Now, so just we are going to be recruiting. That means we have released the offer letter. Once the candidates have joined the company, then we are changing the status to closed. That means the position has been closed. We don't have any vacancy. Already the vacancy has been filled with this new candidate here. Now, so from this one, any one of that option we have to select. Now tell me what is the suitable data type now. Pick list.
list.
Right. In this one, my requirement is the default option should be new position. New position should be set as the default option. That is my requirement. Next one. Minimum pay. What is the minimum salary that we can offer for this position? Now, I would like to indicate that. So now for this position, we are having some budget limitations are available. Now, so in this case, what is the suitable data type now?
Currency.
Currency. Currency, right. I want to allow maximum of a 7-digit number. Next one. Maximum budget. What is the highest package that we can offer for this position? What is the suitable data type now?
Currency.
Currency.
This is also currency. I want to allow maximum of an 8 digit number here. I would like to make it required because as a HR person, I should be aware of what is the highest package that we can offer from our company for this position. Based on that, we can find out the suitable candidates. We can schedule the interview for those people. Suppose if they have given the maximum budget as some 7 lakhs, suppose we have contacted a candidate, we are scheduling an interview for the candidate, currently he is getting 8 lakhs. We are able to offer maximum 7 lakhs, currently he is getting 8 lakhs here. How this person can join my company? It's a waste of time. We don't want to schedule the interview for these people. So that as a HR person, I want to know what is the maximum budget over here. Now, based on that, we can find out the suitable candidates. Next one. Open date of the position. From which date the position is in open status. Then what is the suitable data type now?
Date field.
Date data type. Right. Now, milestone date. That means what? Target date. By what date HR people has to close this position here? Because already we have committed to the client, okay, on January 2nd, we are delivering, that means we are producing a new resource in front of the client. Because a project is in pipeline, so now the client has given the commitment, so that he is going to be giving the requirements on January 2nd of 2024. So already we have committed with the client also for this project, whatever the resources are required, we are producing new resources in front of the client on January 2nd. So I want the candidate by December 30th. So that is my target date. Within that date, you have to recruit the candidate here. So in this case, we have to specify what is the maximum date, what is the highest date by which the candidate should be get recruited. Now for that one, I would like to use date field. That too, I want to make it required. That means milestone date is a mandatory field. Based on the milestone date, as a HR person, I will take some necessary actions. Next one. HR contact number. That means whatever the position details that we have mentioned, suppose a candidate's skill set is exactly matching with this position, to which HR they would like to contact. Who is the HR person for this position? I would like to specify the HR person's contact number here. What is the suitable data type now?
Phone.
Phone. Right. Next. HR email address. Now, I spoke to the HR person as a candidate. I have contacted the HR person. I spoke to the person. So now I said them here, I'm ready to attend the interview. He asked me to share my profile to this person here. How can we share my profile? I have collected the email ID of the person. So now here in this case, what is that HR email ID here to whom I need to share our profile? Then what is the suitable data type for this field?
Email.
Email type.
Email.
I want this a field required. Next one. Travel required. So whatever the position that we have, for that position, there might be some on-site opportunities. So now, in this case, on-site opportunities available or not, to indicate that I would like to use this field travel required. In this case, I would like to go with the help of a checkbox. Next one. Passport required. For this position, passport is mandatory or not. Like for example, when you go to some organization like as some Tech Mahindra, there is a principle of HR policies in Tech Mahindra where every employee should have a valid passport. Now, for this position, the candidate who is going to apply for the position, will that candidate should have a valid passport or not? Yes, we need to indicate that. I would like to make it as a checkbox here. By default, it should be selected. Next, client name. So whatever the position that we are recruiting right now, so now this position is for which client? We have to indicate that client name over here. What is the suitable data type?
Text.
Text type, right. I want to allow maximum of 100 characters number, 100 characters content. Done. Next. Next one. Job type. So whatever the position that we have, is it a permanent opportunity or contract opportunity or contract to hire? Now, in this case, I would like to populate these three values. List of values, LOVs, that means list of values. Now I would like to populate contract, contract to hire, permanent. These are the three options I would like to populate. Now tell me, from this one, the user should select only one. What is the suitable data type?
Pick list.
Pick list. Next. Position description. What is the description of the position here? What exactly the job requirement?
Long
In
text.
this case, what is the suitable data type? Text area long, I would like to use. Text area long, I want to allow maximum of 1000 characters. Next. Skills required. That means what kind of skills that we are expecting from the candidate here. In this case, some skills I would like to highlight, like candidate should be a certified person, candidate should be able to work in night shifts, candidate should be able to interact with the US clients, candidate should be able to manage a team of some 4 members. Like that, I would like to highlight some skills over here. Now tell me, what is a suitable data type for this?
Text area rich.
I want to highlight some content.
Text area
Text
rich.
area rich, right. Text area rich control. Next. For each and every position, I would like to allocate a position ID. That means a reference ID here. The position ID will be in this format: PID hyphen a 6-digit number which should start with 200001. Now tell me, what is the suitable data type now?
Auto number.
Auto number, right. These are the total 17 fields I want inside my position object and with this data type. Understood the concept here? Based on the data which you are going to store, we have to select the respective data types over here. Okay, it's your analysis. You have to do the analysis part. What type of data they are going to store? Based on the data, you have to decide which data type is suitable from that 19 here. Okay, clear up to this one? Now let's see how can we create the fields inside my object. We'll see practically by using object manager. So in order to create these fields, first of all, I would like to create the object. My requirement is I want to create an object with the name position. Once the position object is ready with a tab, I want the object with a tab. Then I want to create the fields inside my object over here. Okay. Now let's see. Now let me go back to my screen. I'm going to my Salesforce arc. Now, in order to create the object, what we need to do? Go to the object manager, click on create custom object. I want to create an object with the name position. I'm giving the singular label as position, plural label as positions.
Position.
I'm giving the description.
Oh,
This object is used to hold all the new vacancies information. So whatever the new vacancies are available inside my arc, all those vacancies information I would like to store inside this position object. Now I would like to generate some reports. So I'm selecting this of 4 checkboxes. Allow reports, allow activities, track field history, allow in charter groups. I want to make the object's deployment status as a deployed. Now I would like to add notes and attachments related list also. In future, okay, if the client has given any job description, okay, profile in the form of a PDF file, I should be able to add along with the record. So that I want a notes and attachments option. And then I want a tab also. In order to manage the records inside this object, I want a tab as well over here. So that I'm selecting this option, launch a new custom tab wizard after saving the custom object. Now click on save button. Now select the tab style. What style you would like to apply for your object, we can select the tab style. It is populating so many styles over here. Now I would like to select the style. For example, I would like to select the style like as some compact style. You can select anything, whatever you want. Click on next button. Make the tab to be visible to all the profile users by making it as a default on, which should be visible on the tab bar by default. Click on next. Make the tab to be visible for all the applications available inside my org. Now click on save button. Done. My object has been created successfully. Upon creating the object, it creates a table with the name position underscore underscore C, and along with that it will provide some 5 standard fields to be by default, like the ID field, name field, owner, created by, last modified by, 5 fields. Let me show you that. Just you can go to that fields and relationships link. Now these are the fields. ID field is common field for every object that will not be visible. We can see the name field, owner, created by, last modified by. These are the 5 fields will be providing the Salesforce automatically by default. Clear? Table will be ready. Along with that, it will be creating a tab also for you. Just you can go to your application. Now, you will be able to see the tab positions. Positions tab has been created successfully over here. All records. Do we have any records as of now inside this object now? No, because just now we have created the object here. We haven't created any field till now. When I click on new button, observe this one. It is providing that field automatically. Name field will be visible. Owner field also visible as it is. This functionality already we know. Okay. Now, so now in order to store the position details, simply this position name field is not sufficient. I want some more fields here. I would like to create. How to create those fields? Now let's see one by one. Clear? Now. So now these are the remaining fields. Position name field has been given by Salesforce. Now the rest of the fields I would like to create here. Remaining 16 fields I want to create per my object over here. Clear? Next. Then how can we create these fields? Now let me explain one by one. Second field is what? Location. That will be of type what? Pick list. Then how to add? Let me show you. Click on the positions tab. Click on setup menu. Edit object. Okay, click on edit object. Directly we can jump into that object details over here. Now, directly I'm jumping into object details, position object details over here. This is the object name. Now, what you want to do in this object now, I want to create a field. So go to that fields and relationships link. Click on fields and relationships link. These are the fields given by Salesforce. But these are not sufficient. I want some more. Now click on new button. In order to create a new field, click on new button. Now it will populate the data types over here. We have the data type auto number. We have formula, roll up summary, lookup relationship, master detail relationship, external lookup relationship. These are relationship data types over here. Forget about this one. These will see next topics here. That is the next concept. Next, remaining data types, let's see. Checkbox, already we know. Currency, we know. Date also. Date time, email, geolocation, number, person, phone, pick list multi-select, text, text area long, text area rich, text encrypted, time, URL. All the data types we have discussed, their properties and functionalities, everything we know. Okay, now tell me, I want to create a field with the name location. This field will be of type what? Pick list.
List.
Now let's see. Select the data type as pick list. Select the data type as pick list. We can select only one data type, not multiple over here. It won't allow you to select multiple data types. Only one data type we can select. Now, click on next button. Specify the field label. What is the label you would like to provide? Location. Okay, location field. Now let's see. Field name will be populating by Salesforce automatically. Description, it's optional. If you want, we can provide or else leave it. No problem. Help text, this is also optional field over here. Now, this is a pick list field. In that pick list field, I want to populate some values. So what values you would like to populate? We can go to the values property. In this values property, there are two options. Use global pick list values as set. But now we don't know what is global pick list, how to create that. We'll see that part later. Now I would like to enter the values manually here. Select this option, enter values manually here. Here we need to provide that options. Whatever the options you would like to populate, enter the options one by one, one by one, one by one. Don't enter the options within a single line. Each option we have to enter in separate lines over here. Like I would like to specify Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Mumbai, Noida, Delhi, Kochi, Vizag. These are the various locations here which I would like to populate. Now, these are the various locations. Now tell me, all these location names are in sorted order here? No, these are in jumbling order right now. I want to arrange them in alphabetical order. So that I would like to select the checkbox. Display values alphabetically. Okay, display values alphabetically. Select this checkbox. Clear? Now, then automatically it will arrange the elements in alphabetical order. It will populate the elements inside the pick list control. Now, in this control, we can't enter duplicate values over here. If you're entering some same name multiple times, it will show the error message. Duplicate entries will not be acceptable. Let's try. For example, I'm giving the name here as well, like some Delhi. Delhi here also have entered, here also have entered. Now, I want to make this a field required. That means mandatory. So that select that required checkbox over here to mark the field mandatory over here. Clear? All the options are available there itself. Just we have to choose what options you want. That's it, nothing else. Click on next button. Now let's say it is validating the error message to you. Duplicate values. Duplicate values are not allowed Delhi. That means Delhi is okay, enter 2 times over here, it won't allow. Now, clear? Duplicate entries will not be acceptable. Click on next button. Now, make the field to be visible to all the profile users. Already visible checkbox is selected over here. Click on next. Now make it save. Now my field will be getting created over here. What will be the field name now? Look, simply location or something else? It's a standard field or custom field? Custom field. We
Custom
have created how the custom field name will look like. Location underscore C. Because this is a column name which has been added by Salesforce inside my position object here. Okay. Now, so now that already told you. Whenever we are adding a field to the object, what will happen? It will add the column to the table. It will represent the field on the user interface. It provides business logic also. All the 3 layers will be given by Salesforce in one shot. Now let me check it out. Now the column has been added to my database table. Okay, fine. Will this field be visible on my screen or not? Let's go back to my application. Go to the positions tab. Click on new button here to create a new record. Let's refresh the screen. The field should be visible on the screen automatically. Click on new button. Still the browser cache is not yet reflected here. Let me log out and log in. If it is taking more time to refresh your browser cache, just you can log out and log in into the application again. I'm going to my application. Positions tab. Click on new button. Now, is the field is visible or not? Yes, location field is visible, and then whatever the options we have entered, the options are populated over here. The options are in arranged order or not? Yes, it has been sorted order over here. These are the elements. So without writing any code, we can able to add your own fields, and we can able to represent the fields on the screen, and the business logic also will be given by Salesforce automatically by default. Okay, clear up to this one? Now let me create the remaining fields one by one. After creating all the fields, I will come back to the screen again here. Next field. Number of vacancies, which is a number type, maximum 2 digits to be allowed, required checkbox. Now let's see. When you observe this location field, is it a mandatory or optional? Mandatory, because we have selected required checkbox. That's what it is marking with that red color star symbol. Let's see. Click on new button to create a new field. What is the data type now? Number type. Select the data type as number. Click on next. I'm giving the field label as number of vacancies. It will allow maximum of an 18-digit number, but I don't want that much of lengthy number. I want to allow maximum 2 digits. That means 99. Up to 99 we can enter. Now, decimal places. I don't want to show any decimal places. It should be 0. I want to make this a field required. So I'm selecting required checkbox over here. Click on next button. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users. Click on next. Make it save and new. Now done. Next field. Position status. This will be of type what? Pick list type. Go to the pick list data type. Click on next. Field label that I'm giving like as okay, position status. I want to enter the values manually by my own. I would like to give the position statuses like as a new position, open approved, in progress, on hold, recruited, and closed. Now from this one, I want to set the first option as a default option. By default, it is showing the default option as none. I don't want to show that. So that here we have an option, use the first value as default. All the properties I told you in the previous session over here. Select the checkbox, use first value as a default. Click on next button. I want to make the field to be visible to all the profile users over here. Now, click on next button. Now click on save and new because I want to create some more fields. Next field, minimum pay, that will be of type currency, maximum 7-digit number. Select the data type as currency. Click on next. Minimum pay, I want to allow maximum of 7-digit number here, no decimal digits. Is it mandatory? No, it's optional. So I'm not selecting required checkbox. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users by selecting visible checkbox. Click on next. Make it save and new because I want to create some more. Maximum budget, currency type, maximum 8 digits required. It should be mandatory. Select the data type as currency. Maximum budget field, I would like to allow maximum of an 8-digit number. Decimal places are 0, I want to make it required, so that I'm selecting required checkbox. Click on next. Click on next. Read only means if you want to mark that field as a read only field, whose value we can't enter manually here, it will be having some value, just we can see that content. That's it. In that case, we can make it as read only. Save in new. Next field, open date. This will be of type date type. Select the data type as a date. Click on next. Click on next button. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users. Make it save in new because I want to create some more fields. Next, milestone date. This is also date type which will be required. Select the date data type. Click on next. Field label as milestone date. I want to make it required. Click on next. Now make it save in new. Next, HR contact number. This will be of type phone. Select the data type as phone type. Click on next. Now click on next button. Make it visible to all the profile users by selecting visible checkbox. Make it save and new. I want to create some more. HR email ID. This will be of type email. It should be required. Select the data type as email type. Click on next. I want to make this field mandatory, so that I'm selecting required checkbox. Click on next. Make it save and new. Travel required. That will be of type checkbox. I'm selecting the data type as checkbox. Travel required. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users by selecting visible checkbox. Click on next. Make it save and new. Passport required, which is a checkbox type. The default option should be selected. That means passport is mandatory for every employee for this position. We are selecting checkbox type. Passport required. Then what we need to do? I want to make it selected automatically. We have two options. Default value is what? By default, it is selecting unchecked. What we need to do? Select the option check. Okay. Now select the option check. By default, checkbox will be selected. Click on next. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users. Rest of the story will be same, no change. Save and new. Next one, client name, which will be a text type of 100 characters max. I'm selecting the data type as text. I want to allow maximum of the 100 characters length content. I don't want to mark it as mandatory. I would like to make it optional. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users. Make it save and new. Job type. This will be of type what? Pick list. I'm selecting the data type as pick list type. I will enter the values manually by my own. Select this option. I would like to specify contract, contract to hire, permanent. Click on next button. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users. Make it save and new. Position description. This will be of type what? Text area long. Click on next button. By default, it will allow us to enter maximum of 1,31,072 characters of content. I don't want that much of lengthy content. I want to allow maximum of 10,000 characters. The number of lines to be visible is 5 lines. Show 5 lines of content at a time. Remaining lines the people can see by using scroll bar. Now, click on next button. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users by selecting visible checkbox. Now make it save and new. Next field. Skills required. Select the data type as text area reach control. Now it also allows us to enter maximum 1,31,072 characters of content. I want to allow maximum of 10,000 characters. Here I would like to visible 10 lines of content at a time. Remaining content the users can see by using scroll bar. Click on next. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users by selecting visible checkbox. Make it save and new. Now the last one. Position ID field. That will be of type what? Auto number. Select this auto number data type. Click on next. Now specify display format. So what is the format that you want here? PID hyphen a 6-digit number. So that I would like to specify PID hyphen 6 zeros. In the curly braces, 6 zeros. Yesterday I told you how to prepare the format over there. Display format. Now starting number. From which number you want to start generating this sequence? It should be starts from 200,001. This is the starting number of that sequence generation. So I would like to specify starting number value. Now tell me, do I need to select this checkbox, generate auto number for existing records? No. Why? Because just now I have created the object. No records are available inside my object as of now. So no need to select this checkbox over here. Okay? Now, If the records are available in the object already, then for those records also, if you want to assign the auto number, then we have to select. But in my position object, just now I have created the object, nothing is available, table is empty, no records are available. So no need to generate the value for existing records because we don't have any existing records as of now, table is empty. So no need to select this checkbox. Click on next button. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users by selecting visible checkbox. Click on next. Make it save. Done. We are done with creating all the fields over here. These are the various fields. These are the various fields which we have created. Each custom field name will be postfixing with underscore underscore C. Clear? Now, these are the fields which we have created as of now. Let's go back to your screen. Now refresh this screen now. Let me relog in. Now, click on new button to create a new position record. Now let's see. All the fields will be visible to you on the screen. Location field, number of vacancies, position status. When you observe this one, location field is having the default value as none. Position status is having default option as what? New position here. That means we have set it the default option. Even though it is having so many options are available, first option we made it as the default one over here. Next, minimum pay, maximum budget, open date field, which is populating a pop-up calendar over here. Milestone date, which is populating a pop-up calendar. HR email ID, HR contact number. Travel required, it's an optional. Passport required is already selected over here. Client name, job type, it is populating those options over here. Position description, it's like normal text area long, where we can enter the data in multiple lines. Text area rich, which will be visible this type of control, which is having formatting toolbar also along with the colors. When you go to the classic part, in text area rich control, we don't have color option. Except the color, all the options are available in classic part. In lighting experience, we have color also over here. Okay, text area rich control is available in both classic and lightning. But in classic, we don't have the color option over here. Here we are having color option also. Okay, now clear up to this one? This is how we can create the fields inside your Salesforce object. Now, so we have created the fields. Upon creating the field, it has added the columns to the table. It is providing the fields on the screen also over here. That means database table also ready and the front end is also ready. After entering the data in this text boxes, when I click on this save button, what will happen? Will my record will be created or not? Yes, because not only providing the fields on the screen, it is providing business logic also automatically, that already told you. All the three layers will be given by Salesforce over here. We no need to write even a single line of code. Business logic also will be given by Salesforce. Then how can we test it? Just I will enter the data in this text boxes over here. After that, when I click on save button, if the record is created, then it's a confirmation to me business logic is available. Because without the business logic, my record cannot be created over here. Okay, from the rest of the story will be same. How to create, how to modify, how to delete, how to view, everything will be same. No change at all. Okay, now let me show you that how to create the record now. I'm creating a new position record. For example, we have a position with the name some Salesforce senior developer. Salesforce senior developer. This is for Hyderabad location. Number of vacancies are 2. There are 2 positions are available. But this position budget also approved by the client. So we are giving the status as open approved. Minimum pay we are able to offer some 8 lakhs. Maximum 14 lakhs. For this position, this is the budget range that we have. Next, open date, I'm selecting today's date. The today's date has been selected automatically here. I would like to indicate from today onwards, the position is in open status. From now onwards, candidates can apply for the position. Milestone date we have given till January 15th. January 15th is the last date to close this position. By this time, HR people has to recruit a candidate for this particular position over here. HR contact number, we are giving some value. HR email ID over here. Now, hr.hyderabad@somedell.com. This is the email ID of the HR person. If your profile is exactly suitable for this position, share your profile to the HR person to this email ID here. For this position, no on-site opportunity, but passport is mandatory here. Client name. Now this particular position is for the client Dell Incorporation. Okay, Dell Incorporation. Job type, okay, this is a permanent position over here. This is a permanent position. I'm giving the position description like required 3+ years of experience in Salesforce development. Okay, this is the position description. Skills are required. What skills are expecting? Let me explain here. Required 3+ years of experience in Salesforce development by using Apex, Visualforce, integration, and Lightning experience. Now, should have hands-on experience in Lightning Web Components. Should be able to interact with US clients. Should be a certified Salesforce developer. Should be able to handle a team of 4 members. These are the skills. From these skills, I would like to highlight few skills here. He should be a certified developer here. I would like to make it bold. He should have the experience on LWC. Now, this LWC skill I would like to highlight along with I would like to show with a color here. I would like to show with the color. Now for this one, I want to apply the color, which is a green color. Now I would like to highlight. Okay, I have entered the data. Position ID we no need to enter because it's an auto number value generated by Salesforce automatically over here. Clear? Now, so we have entered the data in all the fields also, whatever the data is required, we have entered. Now click on save button. As soon as once you click on save button, a new position record has been created. Now tell me, have you designed any user interfaces here? No. Have you written any business logic over here? No. Everything has been given by Salesforce in one shot. Okay. Now, so now in this case, we can see all the fields also. Whatever the record we have created, we can see the record details also over here. All the information is available over here. This is the position record ID generated by Salesforce over here. PID hyphen 200001. Clear? Now let's see. When I click on the positions tab, I can see one position record we have created, but it is showing only the name. I want to show location also, position ID also, status also, maximum budget, milestone date I want to show. How can we see that? How to place the fields over here? Click on list view controls, select the option,
Settings.
select the fields to display. Okay, select the fields to display. Select fields to display. Now select that. By default, position name is visible. I want to show position ID also, location also, position status, maximum budget, milestone date, number of vacancies, HR contact number, and then the job type as well. These are the fields I want to show on my table here. Click on save. Now we can see. These are the details. Clear? We can see the position details also over here, depends upon the requirement. We can see all the information as well. Like that, we can create the records, we can modify, we can delete, we can view everything we can do from there onwards as it is. Clear? Now, this is how we can create our own custom object and we can add the fields inside our object by using Object Manager. Okay?
Sir, I have a quick question. When I'm
Yes, sir.
selecting required checkbox on field creation, why I'm not able to select profiles? It is automatically selected.
Now, if it is selecting that okay required, then it should be mandatory. So everybody should be able to see. That's what it will select all the profiles automatically.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Clear up to this one? Will you be able to work on a requirement now? Creating the object, creating the fields. Will you work on the requirement? Now, let me
Yes.
explain the requirement document now. Okay. So first of all, you have to work on this requirement. Like today's assignment over here, this part. Create this position object, create the fields. Okay. First of all, work on this requirement. Then you have to work on this new requirement. I will share with you. This is the requirement document I will share with you. Now, so now this is my requirement ID here. Okay, this is my requirement ID. Assume that this is my requirement ID. That means the client will be giving this requirement here in the form of a tool called as a Jira. As part of the real-time implementation, everybody is using a Jira tool. Jira tool is an ALM tool, application lifecycle management tool. Okay, it's a application lifecycle management tool which is used to monitor the complete progress of the project at one place. Whatever the requirements has been given by the client, all the requirements details are available inside this Jira tool. Now, what is the current status of that each requirement, whether it is in development stage or testing stage or UAT stage, already it is went to the live environment or what? Every requirement status we can cross-check inside the Jira tool. And then through Jira tool only requirements are assigning to the developers over here. Which requirement is assigned to which developer, everything will be available inside the Jira tool itself. Okay, so that here, whenever we are placing a new requirement inside the Jira tool will allocate one ID for the requirement. Assume that this is the ID for my requirement here. My project code, for example, MIPS, the requirement ID is 7890. Assume that this is the requirement ID. Now, as part of this requirement, I would like to create a custom object here. Create the below object customer demographic with the below required fields and customize the page layout as per the below markup screen. Now, I would like to create the object first. What is the name of the object? Customer demographic. Okay, singular. Tab name will be customer demographics. Okay, that is the option here. That is the object name and the tab name. Create an object with the name customer demographic. Tab name will be demographics. Create the object. In that object, I want to create the fields. This is the data model. This is the data model description. These are the columns the client asked us to add inside the field over here. Okay, these are the columns. How many columns are there here? 41 columns. When you go to the real time, you will be having 200 columns, 300 columns, 400 columns also. Okay, don't think, sir, 41 is very lengthy table. Okay, when you go to the real time, if you are having 41 columns, then it will be a very small table over there. Okay, they will be having hundreds of columns in the table in the real time implementation. Now we have to add 41 columns. So in that case, what are the columns here? What is the data type? Data type I haven't given. You have to decide. For all the 41 fields, you have to decide the data type here. Now, I have indicated the field name. This is the field name, first name. I have given that column name as data entry. That means whether we have to enter the data inside the text box or is it a pick list field here. Okay, if it is a pick list field, what options needs to be added? I have given options also. Next, there is a column called as mandatory column. Whether this field is a mandatory or not. If you are having Y, that means it's a mandatory, or else it's not mandatory, optional. Okay, now let's see. First one, first name field. Data entry, yes, that means we have to enter the data. Now tell me what is the data type for this? Text type. Okay, this is a text type over here. Is it a mandatory or optional? Mandatory, right?
Mandatory.
Next one, last name. What is the data type?
Text.
Text type,
Text.
right?
Text one.
Text.
It's a
Text
mandatory.
type.
Mandatory.
Date of birth.
Date.
Date
Date.
type. Okay, because we have to select the date. Gender. Do I need to enter the data over here? Data
List.
entry? No. That means
No.
no need to enter the data because it's a pick list field. In that one, we have to add the option male, female, two options. M, F, two options. It should be a mandatory here. Next. Next one. Residence address. Text area. Right.
Text area.
Permanent address. Text area.
Text area.
Temporary address. Text area.
Area.
Number of years in
list.
current residence address.
Pick list.
Pick list type.
List.
In that pick list, what options we need to populate? 0 to
0
30.
to 30.
Don't
0
enter
to
0
30.
hyphen 30. You have to enter 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 30 we have to enter. Okay? Now, next one. If you less than 1 year for question number 7, please enter, okay, the previous address. That means what, for example, assume that I have applied for a personal loan or home loan. The bank people will visit my home, okay, in order to check whatever the data that I have entered in the application form or whatever the documents I have submitted, whether all the documents are correct or not. To check it out, they will come to my home, they will visit my home, they will cross-check the documentation. Then they will ask you, since how long time you are staying in this current address? If I say since more than 3 years, then fine. Suppose if I said that since last 8 months I'm staying in this address, then they will ask you, before this 8 months, where did you stay? Because I want the last 2 years your address details over here. For that one here they are indicating, if less than 1 year for question number 7, in this temporary address, in this current address, if you are staying less than 1 year, previously what is the previous address over here? Where did you stay? For that one, we have to enter the address. What is the data type? Text area.
Text
Wherever
area.
we have address, that will be text area only here. Now, number of years resided in the previous address, question number 8. Now, here also the same field. He is also same field here. Okay,
Next
pick
one.
list control. Next, observe this one. Here I will give one small option. Whenever we are entering this field label, okay, sometimes this much of lengthy label will not be acceptable by Salesforce here. In the field label, let's see. Now this is the label here. This much of lengthy label is available. This much of lengthy label is available here. Now when you try to enter this much of lengthy label in the field, see. When you try to create a field inside this object, go to the fields and relationships link. When you click on next button, I'm selecting like as for example, text type, any type, whatever you want, any data type. When I try to enter this particular content, it won't allow complete one. It will accept only this option here. Up to this only it is accepting. In this case, what we can do, just we can enter the shortcut name over here. If less than 1 year, now enter previous address. If less than or equals to 1 year, then enter previous address. Just we can enter this field label here, and whatever the content, that means whatever the complete label that we have, enter this complete label inside help text over. Okay, understood the concept here? Now, like this we have to create. Clear? Now, because few field labels are lengthy, that's what here I'm giving this information here also. If it is not accepting this much of lengthy, just we can enter some shortcut name inside the label, and then complete name we have to enter in, okay, help text property. Next one, these are all other remaining fields over here. These are all other fields. Okay, up to this 41. Okay, decide the data types over here. Don't create directly. First of all, take this document, identify what is the data type for each and every field. Just to take a paper over here. Now write the numbers 1 to 41. Now for first field, what is the data type? Just you can write the data type name. Second data type, third data type, fourth data type. Cross check all the things. Finally, once you are done, then start creating the object in fields. Okay. Now do this requirement here. I'm giving 2 days of time to complete this requirement here. Okay, that is not enough actually, but maybe sometime, okay, the people will take some time to do the practice over here. So now for that one, I'm giving tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 2 days. Okay, now on Saturday, I will cross check everybody's account. Okay, I will cross check everybody's account here. Tomorrow is a Friday. Tomorrow we have the session. Saturday also we have the session. So on Saturday, we'll cross check everybody's account over here. Tomorrow we'll be giving some more requirement. Try to complete this requirement today. Tomorrow I will give you the requirement. How can we arrange the fields, okay, in multiple sections over here, in multiple columns here. This is the second part of this requirement. That's what I have given this. And we have to customize the page layout. Create the fields and then customize the fields as per the below markup screen. How to arrange the fields, that we will see in tomorrow's session. That is tomorrow's topic, that is called as page layouts. What is page layout? How to customize? What we can customize? What we can't customize? Everything we'll see in tomorrow's session. Okay. Now, don't miss this. The features here. Features are very, very important. Thank you. I will share this.